Hello, good morning dear students. So in the last class, because due to some technical problem, the class have been stopped for 10 minutes. So now that class 3 I am continuing. I think that class have been stopped up to the last step. That class will come across 2 steps are over. The last step where it is stopped. So now let me begin with the third step onwards. Otherwise, let me repeat this process once again. That is, in the last class, we are discussing regarding the preparation of amines, fifth method, that is Gabriel-Thallamide synthesis. See, in case of Gabriel-Thallamide synthesis, the thalamide, this is the thalamide. A thalamide is treated with the alcoholic potassium hydroxide to form potassium salt of thalamide. Further, the obtained potassium salt of thalamide is treated with the alkyl halide, that is methyl iodide, to form N-methyl thalamide. Further, the obtained N-methyl thalamide is treated with alkaline hydrolysis of sodium hydroxide. That is, by the alkaline hydrolysis, here the alkaline is sodium hydroxide. Okay, this NaOH, when it reacts with N-methyl thalamide, it gives a primary amine. That is methylamine. Plus, we are getting sodium salt of phthalic acid. In the place of sodium hydroxide, even I can take potassium hydroxide also. If I use potassium hydroxide, I will get potassium salt of phthalic acid. So this is what about the fifth method of preparation by Gabriel-Thallamide synthesis. So keep in mind, we are converting a thalamide into primary amine. Okay students, one important note, that is, this method is not applicable for the preparation of aromatic amines. See, in the place of methylamine, if I replace methyl by phenyl group, it becomes aromatic amine, correct? It becomes aromatic amine. So this method is not applicable for the preparation of aromatic amine. Why means the answer is here in second step. In first step is same for preparation of aromatic amine. If you want to prepare by this method, first step is same. But in second step, in the place of methyl iodide, I have to use aryl halide. If I use aryl halide, then I will get aromatic amine. But even though it is not possible, because due to the partial double bond nature between halogen and carbon, so okay, see, when these electrons shift during the resonance, what happens? Like this. Okay, that time we will get the partial double bond between the halide and carbon. It will not allow, means presence of partial double bond between the halogen and the carbon, it will not allow to react with what? Potassium salt of thalamide. Due to this reason, we will not get aromatic amine. Okay, so this is why a Gabriel-Thallamide synthesis is not applicable for the preparation of aromatic amines. Is because due to the aryl halides will not react with potassium salt of thalamide due to the partial double bond between halogen and carbon of the benzene. Okay, so that's all about what? A fifth method, a Gabriel-Thallamide synthesis. This time, because due to the poor internet connection here, so I am not going live. Just I am recording the class. Okay. So now the next method, that is the last method, sixth one. from amides, that is Huffman's bromamide. Huffman's bromamide reaction. Huffman's bromamide reaction. Okay. How to prepare amine, a primary amine, by using Huffman's bromamide reaction? Look at here. That is, the name only indicates. First we are taking what? Amide. What is the formula of amide? That is RC double bond O NH2. This is what the formula of amide. NH2. Correct? When amide reacts with, see, bromamide, correct, means bromine, with bromine, okay, with bromine plus either alcoholic or aqueous. You can use either alcoholic or aqueous sodium hydroxide, or even you can use potassium hydroxide also, to form primary amine. See, the name of the reaction, Huffman's bromamide degradation reaction. Degradation means here the decomposition of what? Acetamide takes place. When you undergo decomposition by adding what? Bromine and aqueous NaOH, that time this carbonyl group of amide reacts with what? Sodium. Carbonyl group of amide reacts with what? Sodium, to form sodium carbonate. Plus sodium again reacts with bromine to form sodium bromide. So valence of sodium is plus, Br is minus. How many bromine are there here? 2 are there, bromine atoms, and that we take 2 Br. So now 2 Na plus Na2, it becomes 2 NaOH. Plus what I am getting? I am getting water. H2O. I am getting water. How many? Okay. Look at here further. RNH2. So this is what the main product I am getting. RNH2. That is a primary amine I am getting. Okay. See, once check out whether the reaction is balanced or not. 2 Na plus 2 Na means 4 Na. So here balance by writing 4 NaOH. So that time oxygen should be 4. 4 plus 1 5. One oxygen is already C and 3 oxygens are there. So remaining 2 oxygen. Let me balance by adding 2 oxygen. So 2 2s are 4 hydrogen balanced. So this is Huffman's bromamide degradation reaction. Okay, that is conversion of what? An amide into primary amine. So now let me go with an example. Example, replace R, that is you can take R group as a ethyl, methyl, okay. Let me take a methyl group, CS3, C double bond O, NH2, okay. That is acetamide, okay. When acetamide reacts with what? Bromine plus 4 moles of sodium hydroxide with alcoholic or aqueous, of course, upon heating at 343 Kelvin. It gives primary amine. Let me write this one first because it's the main product, that is CS3NH2. Primary amine, that is methylamine. Then sodium carbonate plus sodium bromide plus water. Plus I am getting water. Okay, water. This is the example. Okay, next. Okay students, next concept, let me focus on properties of amines. Properties of amines. Properties of amines. So under the properties of amines, let us focus on both physical property and chemical properties. Physical properties and chemical properties. So first let me focus on physical properties of amines. Physical properties of amines. So in case of physical property, let us concentrate on these 3 points. One is appearance, another is solubility, and another one boiling point. So let us concentrate on appearance, solubility and boiling point of amines. That is first point. Let us focus on appearance. With respect to appearance, students, the lower aliphatic amines like methylamine, ethylamine, they are gases. They are gases with fishy odor. Okay. Second point, the primary amines. Among the primary amines, if it contains 3 or more carbon, they are liquids. A primary amines, if they contain 3 or more if they contain 3 or more carbon atoms, they are liquids. Whereas the higher homologous are solids. Okay. And third point, aromatic amines, especially aniline. A aromatic amine, aniline, it is a colorless oily liquid. But it undergo aerial oxidation. Aniline, it undergo aerial oxidation to get a colored compound, to form a colored compound. So keep in mind, actually it is a colorless. Aromatic amines, especially aniline, it is a colorless oily liquid, but it forms a colored compound because due to aerial oxidation. It undergo aerial oxidation. Upon aerial oxidation, it gives colored compound. When you expose to the air, it reacts with atmospheric air and it gives brown color, especially brown color. Okay, that is the third point. Fourth point, let me concentrate on solubility. Solubility of amines. That is, as we know, amines are less polar when compared with alcohols. Amines are less polar in nature. So hence, somewhat they are less soluble or insoluble in polar solvents like water. But the lower amines are soluble in water, but higher amines are insoluble in water. So it depends on what? Let us focus. The solubility of amines depends on the presence of hydrogen atoms on nitrogen. As well also a presence of what? Hydrophobic tail. Then what is hydrophobic tail? What is hydrophilic head? Let us look at here. That is, in case of amines, solubility depends on presence of hydrogen atoms on the nitrogen, as well also presence of hydrophobic chain. Higher the hydrophobic chain, lesser is the solubility. That is, look at here. For example, if I take a primary amine, okay, see, This NS2 group is the hydrophilic. It is hydrophilic in nature. It is hydrophilic in nature. Hydrophilic. Philic means love. It likes or it loves. It loves what? Hydro. Hydro means water. Hydro means water. Means this group, it likes the water molecule. Whereas the R group, what is there? R group is the hydrocarbon. This hydrocarbon is the hydrophobic in nature. Hydrophobic. Hydrophobic means hydro means water. Okay. Phobic means it hates. It hates water molecule. The hydrophobic part hates the water molecule. Okay. So hence R group. Higher the R group. Higher the R group means the chain of the R group increases. If the alkyl group chain increases, solubility decreases. Let me go with some example. For example, if I take methylamine, here R group is CS3. Correct? Then if I take butanamine, butanamine means CS3, CH2, CS2, CH2, NH2. So what makes the difference between these two compounds? It is also a primary amine, it is also a primary amine only. But here the hydrophobic part, it is only consists of one carbon. But here the hydrophobic part, that is hydrophobic tail, the hydrocarbon chain, okay, it is having 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. So as the hydrophobic part increases, as the hydrophobic means it hates water molecule, hence solubility decreases. Solubility decreases. This is the hydrophilic head, this is the hydrophobic tail. As the hydrophobic tail part increases, solubility decreases. Hence, methylamine is more soluble than butanamine. Almost all butanamine is insoluble. Methylamine soluble. Okay. Among the primary amines, I am saying. When you compare with primary amine with secondary and tertiary amine, what happens? What about the solubility when you compare with primary, secondary and tertiary amines? Look at here. This is the primary amine which contain only one R group. Let me take secondary amine. R2NH2. R2NH. It contains two R group. Tertiary amine. R3NH. Sorry, R3N. R3N. It is the tertiary amine. So this is the primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine. As I already mentioned, solubility also depends on presence of hydrogen atoms of the nitrogen. Here nitrogen contains 2 hydrogen atoms. In secondary amine, 1 hydrogen. Here no hydrogen atom at all. See, higher the presence of number of hydrogen atom on the nitrogen, higher is the ability to form hydrogen bonding with water. Hydrogen bonding with water. Correct? This hydrogen, they form hydrogen bonding with water molecule. That time it is more soluble. Hence, solubility goes on decreases. Solubility of amines, it goes on decreases. Solubility of amines goes on decreases as number of hydrogen atoms on the nitrogen decreases. Number of hydrogen atom on the nitrogen decreases. Similarly, when you compare with the alcohol, when we compare a alcohol with amine, which is more soluble? Alcohol or amine? When we compare alcohol with amine, which is more soluble? Of course, the answer is alcohols are more soluble than amine. Alcohols are more soluble in water when compared with amine, because alcohols are more polar when compared with amine. Alcohols are having more polar when compared with amine. So hence, alcohols are more soluble in water. Another reason is because due to what? A more electronegative oxygen atom. In alcohols, oxygen is having more electronegative when compared with nitrogen. Hence, higher the electronegativity, higher is the tendency to form hydrogen bonding. Higher is the tendency to form hydrogen bonding with water. Else it is readily soluble in water and compared with amines. So this is what about the solubility. Now let me focus on boiling point. Boiling point of amines. When you concentrate on the boiling point of amines, same thing. Boiling point of amines also depends on a presence of hydrogen atom on the nitrogen. In turn, it leads to what? Formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Higher the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, higher is the boiling point. Means higher the number of hydrogen atoms on the amine, higher is the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, and higher the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, higher is the boiling point. So hence boiling point goes on decreases. Same thing, boiling point also goes on decreases as number of hydrogen atoms attached to the nitrogen goes on decreases. As number of hydrogen atoms attached on the nitrogen goes on decreases. Means boiling point of primary amine is greater than secondary than tertiary amine. Okay. Then when we compare with alcohol, alcohols are having more boiling point than amines. Especially primary amine, secondary amine, then tertiary amine. Okay, boiling point. Then alkanes. Okay, then alkanes. Okay. So students, when you compare the boiling point of alcohol, and amines and with alkanes, okay, especially again in amines, primary, secondary and tertiary, the boiling point is in this order. Okay. For example, if you consider some compounds of same molecular mass, let me consider the different compounds of same molecular mass and compare the boiling point. So it will be in this order. Alcohols will be having more boiling point compared with primary, secondary and alkanes. For example, let me take some example. Alcohol, let me take butanol. Formula C4H10 is the formula of butane. C4H10 is the formula of butane. Butanol means butanol, C4H9, one of the H is replaced by alcohol, OH. It is having more boiling point than primary amine, that is butanamine. C4H9NH2. C4H9NH2. Butanamine. Then secondary alcohol, that is C2CS3. Okay, but let me take a C2H5NH. C2H5 twice NH, diethanamine. Then here CS3 twice N C2H5. Then here alkane, let me take 2-methyl butane, that is CS3 twice CH C2H5. Okay, C2H5. Okay, fine. Look at now. See, almost all they are having the molecular mass between 72 to 74. The molecular mass of butanol, is 74 AMU. Whereas these are having, all these three, almost all they are having 73. Whereas alkane, that is 2-methyl butane, it is having 72 molecular mass. So hence, let here have considered some examples of same molecular mass. So their boiling point goes on decreases in this fashion. Alcohols are having more boiling point than the primary, secondary and tertiary amines. Then last is alkanes. Okay. Means as the electronegativity electronegativity of the element also decreases. As electronegativity of the element decreases, boiling point is also decreasing. And also it depends on what? Hydrogen bonding. Okay. So this is what about the boiling point of amines. Now next, let me focus on chemical properties of amines. Chemical properties of amines. Yes, dear students, now let us concentrate on chemical properties of amines. Chemical properties of amines. Chemical properties of amines. So I think almost near 8 chemical properties are there for your syllabus. Let me focus on those chemical properties first. Let me list out the chemical properties here. First, basic characteristics of amines. Basic characteristics of amines or basic characters of amines. Basic character of amines. Second one, alkylation. Third, acylation. Fourth one, benzylation. Benzylation of amines. Alkylation of amines. Similarly, acylation of amines. Benzylation of amines. Fifth one, carbylamine reaction. Carbylamine reaction. Okay. And sixth one, reaction with nitrous acid. Reaction with nitrous acid. Reaction with nitrous acid or diazotization reaction. Diazotization reaction. Okay. And seventh one, reaction with Heinsberg's reagent. Or aryl sulfonyl chloride, that is benzene sulfonyl chloride. Aryl sulfonyl, let me write SO2Cl. Aryl sulfonyl chloride. And the eighth one, electrophilic substitution reactions. Electrophilic substitution reaction. Electrophilic substitution reactions of aniline. See, under the electrophilic substitution you are having, let me write here, A, bromination, okay, B, nitration, and C, sulfonation. So these are the 8 chemical properties what is there for your syllabus. That is, first we are studying about the basic characteristics of amines. Means amines are basic in nature. What is the proof for that one? What are the characteristics of amines which shows it is basic in nature? Regarding this we are studying. Followed by alkylation, that is addition of alkyl group. Addition of alkyl group to the amines is called alkylation of amines. Then acylation. Addition of acyl group to the amines is called acylation of amines. Benzylation, here replace R by benzene ring, it becomes benzylation. Benzyl group, replace what? R by Acylation means here, for example, CS3COCl. Okay, acyl chloride I can take. Example, acyl chloride, CS3COCl, acyl chloride. So that time CS3CO group is added to the amines. That is acylation of amines. Regarding that, let me explain later. The addition of benzol group to the amines is called benzylation of amines and carbon reaction. Okay, here you are going to get one of the bad spelling compound. Okay, next isocyanide. Next reaction with nitrous acid. That is with HNO2 reaction with nitrous acid HNO2 and the reaction with Heinz reagent, that is benzene sulfonyl chloride. The electrophilic substitution reaction in this we are studying about bromination, nitration and sulfonation. Okay, so now let me concentrate on first one, basic characteristics of amines. Basic characteristics of amines. First one, under the chemical properties of amine, now let me focus on first basic character of amines. Basic character of amines. Okay. Okay, dear friends, look at here. What is the nature of amines? What is the nature of amines? Of course, the title says amines are basic in nature. Amines are basic in nature. Then when the amines are basic, then what are the characteristics possessed by the amines to show its basic property? Amine, if it is a basic, then what are the characteristics of amines? To recognize it is a base, to identify it as a base. As we know, in nature also, especially if I take animals or you take human beings only, among the human beings, based on the nature, of course, especially based on the gender. As we know, in Old English, we had three genders. In Old English, we had three genders: masculine gender, feminine gender, and neuter gender. Now, isn't it? To bifurcate what? Human beings. Similarly, in case of chemical compounds, how to identify the chemical compounds? This based on their nature, we identify the chemical compound like acids, bases, and neutral. So here, amines are basic in nature. Amines are basic in nature. Means, if you compare with us, biologically, if I compare human being, if human being think that I am masculine gender, then what are the characteristics of masculine gender? Physically, of course, I have shown that one. Okay, physically also you can recognize, as well also chemically. Chemically means how? Based on the hormones. Hormones produced by the masculine gender differ from the hormones produced by feminine gender. Correct? So like that also in case of chemical compounds. In case of chemical compounds, how to recognize them? Based on their nature, acidic nature, basic nature, or neutral in nature. So in that, amines are basic in nature. Amines are basic in nature. So when amines are basic in nature, it should show some properties. It should show some characteristics. And what are they? Let us look at. See, amines are basic in nature because according to the Lewis, they act as a base. According to the Lewis, theories of acid and bases you can I think you come across in PUC first year in chapter equilibrium. Correct? So there, amines are basic in nature. Amines are basic in nature because they contain a lone pair of electrons on nitrogen. It may be primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine. They contain a lone pair of electrons on the nitrogen. Hence, These lone pair of electrons are easily available for donation. What is Lewis base? What is Lewis base? Lewis base are the compounds which donates a pair of electron. Which donates a pair of electron are called Lewis base. So your amines, they donate the pair of electron immediately. They donate the pair of electron immediately, and they act as a Lewis base. So keep in the mind, when amines donate the lone pair of electron, after that also it should become stable. After donating electron also if it is stable, then it is a strong base. Among the amines, if you compare, it is more basic in nature. Even, of course, amines are basic in nature because they donate lone pair of electron immediately. Which amines loses electron immediately, that is more basic among the amines. Another point is, even after donating the electron, it should be stable. If it becomes, after losing electron, if it becomes unstable, then it is a weak base. Okay, so like that, one characteristic means amines act as a Lewis base. Another character, amines also act as a Lowry and Bronsted base. Lowry and Bronsted base. Lowry and Bronsted base. So what is the Lowry and Bronsted base? A base is a substance which accepts a proton. According to Bronsted concept, Bronsted and Lowry concept, what is base means? The base is a substance which accepts a proton is called Lowry and Bronsted base. According to Lewis, the substance which donates the pair of electron. The substance donates pair of electron is called Lewis base. The substance which accepts a which accepts a proton is called base. Bronsted and Lowry base. So here amine act as both. It act as what? Lewis base as well as Bronsted base. Example, that is RNH2. See, this reaction proves amine is basic in nature. That is, a primary amine and maybe second and tertiary, okay? And primary amine reacts with what? Hydrogen chloride. HCl is an acid. HCl is an acid. It reacts with acid. What happens? Acid always furnish H plus ion. So to form, it forms RNH. See, RNH2 plus H plus. It forms RNH3 plus and Cl minus. Cl minus means it forms a salt. It forms a salt. So as we know, acid, whenever acid reacts with base, that time only it gives salt as a product. Means it is an acid reacting with what? Amine. Here amine is what? It is basic in nature. Hence I am getting salt as a product. Salt as a product. So this is one of the characters which proves amines are basic in nature. Okay, next. Another one. Lowry and Bronsted base. That is, amines, when you take an amine and add in water. Water means H plus and OH minus, H2O. So when you add in water, okay, your water behaves like an acid. Then it behaves like a base because your amine accepts a proton. A proton acceptor is called a base. A proton acceptor is called a Bronsted base. Correct? Here the substance accepts a proton and act as what? Base. So it gives RNS3 plus. RNS3 plus OH minus. Plus OH minus. Plus OH minus. Correct? So this is what, how it acts as a base. Here water acts as an acid. Okay, fine. So anyhow, this is according to what? Bronsted concept. Lowry and Bronsted concept. So according to the both concept, it exhibits a characteristic of what? Base. So hence amines are basic in nature. Similarly, in order to find out the relative basic strength of amines, If you want to find out the relative basic strength of amines, if you want to compare a basic strength of among the amines, one amine with another amine, I want to compare the basic strength, which is more basic, which is less basic. So that time I can use the concept of what? Kb and pKb, that is dissociation constant of base. Dissociation constant of base means for this reaction you apply equilibrium constant. For this reaction when I apply equilibrium constant, what it becomes? Kb is equal to, here Kb means dissociation constant of base. You people studied in PUC first year equilibrium chapter, okay? Just to remember it. Dissociation constant of base of this reaction, that is a concentration of the product RnH3 plus concentration of the product, ions of the product divided by concentration of the reactant. These are the reactants. RnH2, okay, RnH2 HOH, that is water. HOH means water. So as we know, the concentration of the water is almost all constant. Otherwise, it is a weak dissociating compound. It undergoes dissociation negligibly. So that's why it remains constant. So hence let us take Kb, concentration of water, that is constant. Okay. It gives rise to RnH3 plus OH minus divided by RnH2. So now according to this equation, what is Kb means? Kb is directly proportional to concentration of what? OH minus. Kb is directly proportional to concentration of OH minus. That is, the dissociation constant of base is directly proportional to concentration of OH minus. Means when the reaction takes place, when you add amine in water, higher the concentration of OH minus ion, higher the concentration of OH minus is produced, stronger is the basic, more is the basic. More is the basic, then higher is the value. Correct? That time Kb value becomes more. It is having more value. Higher the Kb value, higher is the basic strength. Higher the Kb value, higher is the basic strength. Correct? Higher the Kb value, higher is the basic strength. Means indirectly, higher the concentration of OH minus ion, higher is the Kb value. Higher the Kb value, higher is the basic strength. Similarly, we can bifurcate the relative basic strength of amines by using another value, that is pKb. How you write pH? pH is equal to negative logarithm to the H plus ion concentration. Similarly, pKb is the negative logarithm to the what? Negative logarithm of Kb. Negative logarithm of what? Kb. So here, higher the Kb value, lower will be the pKb value. When Kb value is high, pKb value becomes low because it is negative log of what? Kb. This Kb value I am substituting here. It is minus log. So hence its value becomes less. So keep one point in the mind here. In order to identify the relative basic strength of amines, note one. What is that? Higher the Kb, otherwise higher the concentration of OH minus ion, higher will be the Kb value, dissociation constant of base. Higher is the Kb. Higher is the Kb. Higher is the Kb. Higher is the Kb. Then lower will be the pKb. Lower will be the pKb. Higher the concentration of OH minus ion, higher is the Kb, then lower will be the pKb value. Hence higher is basic strength. Hence higher is basic strength. Higher is basic strength of the amides. So keep in the mind, just to remember this point. Otherwise, vice versa. Vice versa means lower the concentration of OH minus ion, lower is the Kb. Lower is the Kb, the higher will be the pKb. That time, lower is the basic strength. Lower is the basic strength. Keep getting. See, when the Kb value is directly proportional to concentration of OH minus ion. When OH is more, Kb will be more. When Kb is more, pKb will be less. pKb will be low. That time basic strength will be more. So just keep in the mind, higher the Kb, higher is the OH minus ion, higher is the basic strength. Okay, if you remember that point, then you can convert for pKb also. And higher is the Kb, lower will be the pKb, higher is the basic strength. Okay, so with the help of these values also, we can identify what? A relative basic strength of amides. Okay. Otherwise, if you want me to quote some example with respect to the basic strength, means let me write here. Look at. With some values, let me quote here. Based on Kb value. Say, for example, methylamine CS3NH2, methylamine, ethylamine C2H5NH2, ethylamine, and next ammonia NH3, the next aniline, okay. Some other examples: dimethyl, N-cation dimethyl aniline, okay, N-cation dimethyl aniline. Then another example, that is N-methyl aniline. See, all they contain lone pair of electrons on the nitrogen. Now these are the some examples I have taken. Now let me write Kb values of these compounds. Let me write Kb values of these compounds. Look at me. The Kb value of methylamine is 3.38. Ethylamine 3.29. Ammonia is 4.75. Whereas aniline is 9.38. Whereas N-cation dimethylamine 8.92. Then this is 9.30. Okay. Then can you identify based on the dissociation constant values? Can you identify which is more basic in nature? Based on the dissociation constant values, can you identify which is more basic among the following amides? Of course, that is higher the Kb value, higher is the basic strength. Then which is having high value here? Among them, which is having higher value? That is 9.30. Sorry, I think I have written pKb values for these compounds, aromatic compounds. Let me remove this one. Okay, let me remove this one. Let me compare among these. Let me compare for aliphatic amides. That is, which is having, I am confusing whether I have done pKb values or Kb values. Let me check out. See, sorry, I written, this is not Kb value, this is the pKb value. Make a correction. pKb values. pKb values. Okay, so that's what which made me confused. See ammonia, then another one is let me take this aniline. So aniline, that is value is 9.38. Then N, N or N-methylamine. Let me take N-methylamine. Its value is 9.30. Then N, dimethylamine. N, dimethylamine. Its pKb value 8.90. 8.90. Okay, sorry. That is I not mentioned whether it is a KB or pKb here. So think it is a pKb values, not Kb value, pKb value. Look at now. What is that? Higher the concentration of OH minus ion, higher the concentration of OH minus ion, higher is Kb value. When Kb value is high, then pKb value will be low. Then pKb value will be low. That time higher is basic strength. Higher is basic strength. Higher is basic strength. Correct? Means if the pKb value is low, higher is basic strength for this concept. Correct? So which is having low pKb value? We have to identify which is having low pKb value. Lower the pKb value, higher is the basic strength. Higher is the basic strength. Look at it. Which is having low means first, I think 3.29. 3.29 is the lower pKb value. Low pKb value. This is first. This is first. More basic it is. Compared with second is this one. Ethylamine stands second. Then third one, 4.75. This stands third, and this one among this lower value, that is 8.92. Next is this one. This is what, fourth place, means more basic. Next, compared with what, 9.30, 9.38, lower value. This is fifth, and this is sixth. Means ethylamine is more basic when compared with methylamine, compared with ammonia, then N-combined dimethylamine, then methylamine, then aniline. Aniline means, let me write here their names. Ethylamine is more basic than methylamine. Then what? Ammonia, then N-N dimethylamine, then N-methylamine, then last is aniline. Okay? Means among these, which will generate the lone pair of electron immediately and act as a strong base means ethylamine. Okay? So this is what about the basic character goes on. Basic character goes on decreases. Basic character goes on decreases as pKb values goes on increases. Correct? As pKb value goes on increases. Methylamine 3.29, whereas aniline 9.38. So as the pKb values are increases, basic character goes on decreases. This is the concept. Okay, dear students, remaining let me explain the next video class. Okay.